This computer has been through quite a lot. It's moved house once, but in that process, it moved across almost 2 states. And it's not like small states like Rhode Island, New England area. It is big states. So, that gave me the idea, since I'm moving again, what is the best way to move a computer? And what I did the first time, since I was moving it and in control of it the entire time, was I just I just put it where in the back seat with me of my car, and just basically held it in between my legs the entire ride. It was like 7-ish hours. It was over 7 hours, in fact. It was closer to 9. So, yeah, that's what I did that time. But if I wasn't in control of it and I was going to put it in the trunk of my car, or even put it in a moving van or truck, whatever, I would have probably removed this big graphics card here, and the heat sink, or CPU cooler thing. And the reason for that is those things are putting a lot of stress on the motherboard, even just when they're sitting like this. So, you can imagine when you're moving it and going over bumps on the highway, that's going to put even more strain on the motherboard. And it's not so much a problem with the CPU cooler as it is with the GPU. Because the thing with the GPU is that thing is really big and is supported by a very small slot. It's about the length of a phone, I guess. No, it's actually, I think, shorter. It's probably about this length. That's on a Google Pixel. That's a Google Pixel phone case. I have to take it off when I record because the autofocus sensors don't focus when it's on. So, yeah. So ideally, you want to take the graphics card out if you aren't going to be in control of it the whole time. And even then, it's probably still a good idea to take out the graphics card just to ensure you aren't damaging your motherboard. Especially if you have a really expensive motherboard that doesn't have like extra support for its PCI slots. In that case, definitely do remove the graphics card. Just like, because they make $200 motherboards. You don't want to have to spend $200 more on a motherboard because you were too lazy to take out the graphics card. Of course, only do that if you have some safe place to store the graphics card, like its box. I still have all the boxes for this computer. So, yeah. On to other things, like... sorry, I gotta crank the... Ooh, okay, the tripod's too tall. But, I'll just take out the phone. Okay, now this video is gonna look really bad here on out. You'll see I have this Wi-Fi card here, which rarely gets used. And, okay, so I'm probably really quiet now because my fingers are covering up most of the microphone. But with the Wi-Fi card here, you'll see, compared to this graphics card, it's tiny. Like, it's a one-slot PCIe Wi-Fi card that weighs less than anything. Okay. With that, it's pretty easy to just take out, but you don't need to because it is so light. Yeah. Here, I'm just gonna throw this back in the tripod. With hard drives, I have an SSD in this one. Hopefully I don't disconnect anything. It's right there. With an SSD, you can generally leave that in. However, with things like mechanical hard drives, this one isn't connected to anything. With things like mechanical hard drives, you'll want to screw them in like I have here. With SSDs, you still want to screw them in with these things. And even though these holders lock them in on their own, if you're moving this in a car, you'll want to, this is a really old hard drive, by the way. Does it say the date? I think it does, maybe. I don't know, it's really old though. If you're gonna move a mechanical hard drive, make sure it's screwed in. Same thing with SSDs. You can't really get an SSD in a 3.5-inch mount without screwing it in. So yeah, these lock-in mounts are really nice and convenient, but just be safe. Don't mess up your or lose your data because you were lazy. Then, if you have like super important stuff on your hard drives, consider buying like a hard drive carrying bit or hard drive carrying case. I assume they make them. I haven't ever needed to look into them. Or even just make a backup of your data. Just be safe with your stuff. And yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope it helped you. Hope it saves your computer. I will see you next time. Goodbye. Oh, BFR animation right there. That's right. So before my phone overheats, I'm gonna go throw it in the freezer so it will not corrupt the recording. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.